$20 table is where you educate yourself to do better. I believe business is life. So if you're doing good in business, you will do good in life. But if you're not doing good in life, you will never do good in business. And I always want to figure it out, because what I believe is when you know more, you can do more. And when you do more, you may do better. And when you do better, you will get better. And this is what I'm doing here. And this is why I am with Erika Coleman in the building. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you a lot. We appreciate you.
I'm glad to be here.
Of course. So how you introduce yourself, Erika?
My name is Erika Coleman. Of course, I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I'm an actress / makeup artist, stylist. I'm kind of like the one-stop shop. If you can take it, I can create it. You can come to me for your nails, your hair, your makeup. Even if you want a custom outfit, I got you. I'm like your one-stop shop.
Let's go. That's power. So I want to have you on the show because the character you have, the personality you have, plus the greatness that I can see you on all the time. So I think you have done so much more than what people usually do in this area, which is, I love New Orleans, but I think there is a lot of laid back mindset here. So you always see people growing around, but here they're always moving in the same area. So where did you get this motivation from? Like, why you always think you can do better and want more in life?
I would say just growing up, just coming from a single parent home and my mom not being able to afford a lot of things. I just always felt like early on I wanted better. So I just knew that in order for me to get better, I had to get that mindset of I had to step outside of my comfort zone eventually. And that's where I feel like I started finding my purpose in life.
Right. What's your purpose now?
I feel like my purpose in life is to really inspire people, because I feel like I've been through so much in my life that other people are going through or have been through. So just talking to people, opening up about my own story and just being real with people, because I feel like a lot of times people hide who they are, just hide what they're going through or been through. And so they don't even realize that there's somebody that you probably talk to every day, probably going through the same thing that you're going through. I've been through so many things with my financial issues or just health stuff or just family stuff. And I just feel like now, I don't care. I open up to the world. I want people to know who I am. And I feel like the more you open up to people, the more people are open to helping you. And of course, there's so many resources out there that we don't even know about because we're so quiet about what we're going through. So I just want to inspire people. That's
great. That's great. I mean, you're doing it though. You're really doing it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm an inspiration.
Right. Let's go. So I mean, you quit your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You healed from cancer, right? Yeah. You've been in Hollywood. You've been with MrBeast. You've been on the TV. You've been on different shows, and you work with a lot of people here. So I really think it's definitely you inspiring people. But what it takes for a girl from New Orleans to start the journey and to do this, the first step, what it takes in your perspective? I
would definitely say the first step into doing any of the things that I've done is to first get outside of your head. You have to want it. I remember being in beauty school and I heard a video by this guy. His name Eric Thompson, and a video came on that my teacher played. And this in particular phrase that he said, you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. Yeah. And that stuck with me forever. Beauty school. I think that's
Eric Thomas.
Yeah,
he's one of the greatest.
I think just listening to his videos and just getting motivated, because I was tired of struggling. I think that was one of my biggest things of tired of struggling, tired of feeling like I have to stay at a 9 to 5 to survive. Right. So I think it was more so me. I feel like God was putting me in uncomfortable situations. I felt like the more I became uncomfortable, I feel like even with my job, when I was working my 9 to 5, I was there for almost 6 years and I loved the job. I felt like it was a dope place to work, but I felt like I was getting uncomfortable. I felt like I was starting to have so many issues, or I felt like I was sleeping on my own dream. And I just felt like God kept telling me, it's either you do it now, you're going to do it the hard way, or we can do this the easy way. And it was I was doing some now never stuff where I had to bet on myself. So I feel like the best advice I could give people is bet on yourself. It's either you're gonna bet on yourself or you're gonna get stuck. Building somebody else's dream, when you can take a chance on yourself and just see what's out there. You just never know. I guess got tired of wondering what if. And I think when I was going through cancer, I never really cried about having cancer. Like I never once cried because I didn't have the time mentally to worry about what I was going through. I think the one time I cried when I was in bed and I was like, I'm really about to die, and I never lived up to my full
the potential.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm so talented. Not saying other people are not talented, but I just know all the talent I have. Like I am so creative. I feel like I'm a ball of talent. Like I'm like a gumbo pot. Like I feel like I am a New Orleans gumbo pot when it comes to talent. Like I feel like there's nothing I can't do, and I feel like in that moment I literally cried because I was like, "Girl, you wasted all this talent at a 9 to 5, and that job didn't even call me to check on me when I was in the hospital. They didn't ever call and say, hey, are you okay?" And I felt like I gave so much to that job, and I slept on my dreams. So I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm making a promise to God. We gotta make a promise. Like, if you give me a second chance at life, I'm gonna go so hard with everything that I'm doing that I'm going to show the world. I want people to see my talent, like as far as my makeup talents or just me customizing jewelry or shoes. I want people to see me all over the world. And I want people to hear my story because there may be somebody that's going through the same thing that I'm going through, but they don't have people to talk about it to. So in that moment, I just made a promise to God. I was like, if you give me a second chance, I promise you, I'm going to go hard. And I felt like when I got out of that hospital, I went hard. Like, I didn't care how tired I was. I came back to work, and I was working while I was doing chemo treatments, taking care of my father. And I was like, you know what? I have to really pursue my dream. Like, if I have to call off, all they could do is fire me. It was what it was. And I just started going on for myself. I started betting on myself and not thinking. I guess I had to change my mindset of thinking you have that guaranteed money from your job. But what if you go bet on yourself? You can make more money. And the moment I betted on myself, I started making more money. What I was making at my job, working a month, I was making that in almost 3-4 days, like something like.
We proud of you, Erika.
Yeah.
Like, we proud of you. You did it. Like, this is big time.
I had to step outside of that comfort zone.
That's awesome. And I think there is a lot of people today, they're not giving themselves the chance. Like you ask for another chance. I think the first one, there is a lot of people have it right now and they're gonna use it. And I always say to people, because I have 5 rules in life, right? Mm-hmm. Rule number 1, don't play yourself. Like you already stop playing yourself because there is so much you can do and you're sleeping on yourself. You're sleeping on your power, on the greatness that's already in you, because you always, as you said, you always stuck in your own mind. And if you release it, if you free yourself, you will see so much opportunities out there waiting for you. So everybody knows, like right now we heard that you grew up in a single parents home, right? Yeah. You have been in a cancer situation and you've been in 9 to 5, but people right now, they see in the glory, right? They see the glory. They don't know the story, right? Mm-hmm. So how, like, can you tell us all that together? Where you grow from? How you started?
I would say, like, growing up in a single parent home, my mom, like my dad, he was around, but he wasn't there. So my mom really took care of me. It's a lot of, like, I had to get creative because I knew growing up, my mom and being a single parent, she couldn't afford to take me to the hair salon. Like, so I started doing hair. I started looking at stuff and getting creative and started doing people hair, like in my own neighborhood and making money. And it just became a thing for me. And I found like passion in it. And I think part of me feel like God gave me that talent because he knew I needed it when I went through cancer myself. And I was like, maybe it was all along. He was just telling me, like, step into your purpose the whole time. Like, because like even when it came down to like makeup, I would just play around with makeup early on, and like because I liked the makeup and I knew my mom couldn't afford to hire a makeup artist, and I would play with it, and I just became like so talented at it. And again, at early on, illegally doing makeup, like I wasn't licensed, but I was so good at it. And I would just say, like, just seeing my mama struggle, I've always felt like I wanted more out of life, and I was like living in the hood. I always knew it was like more to it because going to my grandmother's house, she owned her home. I was like, I want to be like that. I just didn't want to, I guess I wanted to get out the hood. I wanted to get to Hollywood. And when I say, I tell people all the time from the hood to Hollywood, and it's not really more so like the glitz and the glamour about Hollywood. It's more so me being that little girl in elementary who wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to be on TV early on. Like I used to do stage plays in elementary, and I would always say one day Mom will be on TV, and my family would laugh and they'd be like, "Girl, whatever." Like it's a joke. Like I was always the one to be funny, but I was like, I'm getting to Hollywood because I want to be able to take care of my family. Like, I want to be in a position where I'm not struggling or worrying about like finances, because I would see my mom struggling, trying to figure out how she's going to pay the bills. And I was like, I have to get out of that mindset. And that's when I was like, yeah. It's
so when you know that you have cancer, you had cancer before, what the age?
I was 30, 31. I was 31. I didn't know I had cancer. So at the time when I did find out I had cancer for like a year, I would go to the hospital for a year and they would tell me like, oh, it's acid reflux. I felt like I had so much acid reflux medicine that I could have opened up my own pharmacy. Like, I feel like they never really checked me until like the last day. I think that's when the Hard Rock collapsed and I was at work. And I came to work regular day and I got like this crazy pain and I could not stand up to even get on the speaker to tell people they had to leave the apartments and stuff. And I went to the hospital and I was like, this time y'all not giving me no acid reflux. You know, so I need y'all to give me an ultrasound like y'all give pregnant women, like go inside of my JJD so and do like the stomach, because I was serious, because I was like, there's no way this is acid reflux, because like I couldn't hold food down. And just like I was later, I did so many tests and they came out and it was like, you're not gonna realize what you have. I'm like, hold up, I ain't got no STD. Now don't play with me, because I'm like, they was like, no, you really have like a cyst in your stomach like the size of a basketball. I'm like, no way. I was like, not me, because already I was going like taking care of my dad, because my dad had cancer at the time. Right. So I was like, no way. And they told me, they was like, well, we have to do emergency surgery. Once we do the emergency surgery, it's nothing wrong. So you back up. And then they sold me back up. And then I thought I was good. Like 2 weeks later, they called me. They was like, come into the hospital. And that's what my doctor told me. He was like, yeah, stage 3 cancer. Wow. And I'm like, He was like, do you want to cry? I'm like, nope. I was like, I have to take care of my dad. Like, I don't have time to cry. Like, I didn't have time to think about what I was going through, because I had to still work. Like, I had to still survive. And that's why I feel like in this stage of my life, and I tell people all the time, you have to stop depending on the 9 to 5, because those 9 to 5s do not care about you. Like, I'm not saying like everybody's not meant to be a boss, and there's nothing wrong with having a career and working for somebody. But you have to make sure you have multiple streams of income. Because I was thinking when I was at my job didn't give 2 fucks about me. And that's just being real. Right. Because they didn't care that I was going through chemo, still working full time, and still had to take care of my father. Right. So that right there alone just made me know that you have to go hard for yourself, because these people don't care about you and what you're going through. Like,
and I think it's, I really believe in life. Nobody cares about you. Like 9 to 5 or 9 to 10. A lot of people, they don't believe in the idea of this is your responsibility. I'm responsibility alone. And I think a lot of people seeking for or waiting for something to happen for what they want to happen. So this is really hard though. What I also believe in, that we create this pain or this situation because what we're thinking about or what we're feeling, because if you remember right now what type of emotion you was experiencing at that time, I think that emotion was enough to create the cancer, you know? Yeah. And the only way to heal or to survive from cancer, in my perspective, is to let it go, is to heal like yourself from the inside so the outside feels better. Do you agree?
I definitely agree with that, because I feel like I know so many people just growing up who had cancer, who just died because they kind of gave up on life. And I just felt like, no, it wasn't an end for me. Because I remember my doctor telling me before I did my first chemo treatment, he's like, you're not going to make it. He's like, I'm just being 100 with you. He said, I don't lie to my clients. And he's like, by you being so young, he was like, you're probably not going to make it. And I was like, well, what's the point of doing chemo? He was like, just do it because it can prolong your life. And I was like, yeah, I'm not dying. I'm like, I have not done everything that I wanted to do here on earth. And I was like, there's no way I'm about to die, because I feel like, I don't know, I tell people I'm a big dreamer. I feel like your dreams tell you a lot about your life. And sometimes, like, I feel like it's too many times I've dreamed about, like, owning my own business. Like, I'm in the process. I'll have my mom salon here. I'll be on the lookout for Erika Michelle.
Let's go.
So I feel like a lot of times I would just dream about stuff, how I saw my life. Like, I knew it was more to life than just being stuck at a 9 to 5. Like, I knew I wanted to be a salon owner. I knew I wanted to be on TV. I knew I wanted to get in. It's it's not really about being on TV. I think it's more about inspiring people. Like, I feel like everything that I do is always about like inspiring people to step outside your comfort zone. Like, don't let nobody tell you what you can't be. Like, cause if I would have listened to people, just family or just friends telling me like, girl, you won't be successful because you're plus size, you're black, you won't make it in this industry. Like, you just gotta knock the haters out. Like, you gotta ignore the haters and you just gotta go after what you want. Like,
right.
I have the mindset, like, I don't play with people. And like, I'm very, like, this season of my life, like, I don't play with people when it comes to like my peace and what I want out of life. If I see that negative stuff and I don't see you trying to boss up, because I need everybody around me to have the mindset and the energy that I have. It's like, it's time for everybody to boss up. It's like enough resources in this world and opportunities in the world for like everybody. At least I know my circle. I want all my whole circle has to like boss up. And I'm not saying you can't work a 9 to 5, but like, do you want to be a manager at that 9 to 5? Like, you have to want more than just being stuck in that same spot or position the rest of your life. And me personally, I want to be able to travel the world and just still make income like while I'm sleeping. So that's the goal. Like, I don't
right, and that's possible though. Yeah. It's happening right now. So to be honest, I really agree 100% with you, because in my perspective also, you are the product of your environment. Yeah. So if you're really always around weak people, you'll always feel weak. Yep. You know, they said also, if you're around 5 broke people, you are the 6th one.
Yeah. So they're gonna always want to borrow money.
True, and they're always gonna show you that you're not worth to do what you really want to do. And I mean, I can't imagine right now when you're saying it, how your dad say you cannot make it. But for me, as somebody who already read a lot, I'm so much on spirituality as well. I also believe being alive is also a choice. Yeah. Right now, you say that you don't know. I'm not gonna go. I have a lot to do. So you made that decision to stay here, right? Yeah. And you mentioned that as being a black woman here and going to Hollywood, from the hood to Hollywood. It's a great book, by the way. You know, that's a book name. That's the book should be, though.
It would be, though.
All
right, that's the name of the book.
Yeah. This is insane, right?
First time hearing it.
Yeah, you see, this is amazing. So I'm really inspired, because I have experienced a lot being around black people, and my first mentor was Muhammad Ali. You know, I always listened to him. Eric Thomas also, like when he was eating from trash can and being around the street. I mean, I have been refugees like for fucking 7 years in life. So when my brother got killed, and I feel like, as you said, like I feel like I'm hopeless and start doing the drugs and shit. I feel like there is a better thing for me, but I don't know how, because I grew up, nobody told me how to deal with money. I don't know like how to save money, how to make money, how to multiply money. I don't know nothing about marketing. I don't know what it takes to be a successful business owner in life. So I always was doing what I know, because we do what we know and we know what we do, right? So that's why when we know better. So how did you, like you said, you faced a financial situation, you faced like a hard time in life. So how you educate yourself to become like in the personality of being I'm my own boss and managing business and money too?
I would say aligning myself with the right people, networking. Start telling my story, being honest about what I was going through, and stop hiding, because again, there's people out there that really want to help people, that has resources to money wise or just career resources to really help people, because a lot of times we so quiet about what we're going through because we worried about what people are going to say. And I'm just like, I don't even care what people think, because you probably know somebody in that same family is going through what I'm going through. I was saying I definitely started aligning like cutting people out that I felt like wasn't giving to me as far as like bringing value to my life, cutting those people out my life and just aligning myself with those right people who I saw, like, for instance, like I know I love makeup, everything about beauty. I started aligning myself with people that worked in the beauty industry. Like even if I had to go sweep the floor at salons, I just wanted to be in the atmosphere, if that makes sense. Like I just wanted to be around what I wanted to be. That's why I tell people all the time, like people like, you always glammed up. I feel like you have to be a reflection of how you want people to see you.
Of course.
So does that mean I have to be glammed up? Because I want people to know this is who I am. Like when you see me, you're going to know. You come and get a great service. So I would definitely say, because even like growing up, I don't feel like I had a lot of role models around me. Just being in the hood, there was no role model. All you seen was killings or just people working 9 to 5s and still struggling, like just not being able to survive. So I would definitely say, like, for people like networking. Networking is so important. I tell people that is so important to network with people. Like, and I think social media like was a big help too, because like people just being all over the world, like you're able to network. Like, just network. I'm gonna tell y'all, just network is so important.
I really believe that, because for me today, I value people more than anything.
Yeah.
Because not what you have is who you know.
Yeah.
You know, and when you know people, I believe like you can do so much even if you don't know, because they're gonna help you. So, which is a great key, and I believe people really they need to step out there and make that connection.
So I definitely say I value life more now, because I feel like before like going through cancer, I didn't value life. Like I feel like going through that, I feel like I needed it. Like people ask me all the time, like, would you change anything about your life? And they will always think I would say cancer. No, I wouldn't change it. I felt like I needed to go through that, like, because I was moving so fast. All I was doing working, not going to family events, or just focus on getting money. And I wasn't even like really living. I feel like when I went through cancer, it's the first time I actually felt like I lived. I was living, because like before, I feel like God set me down for a reason. Like I needed to go through that. When I went through that, my whole mindset like changed. Like when it came to like finances, when it came to like wanting real, like I've always wanted more out of life, but I would say being in a position where like you about to really lose your life. Like it's tomorrow may never come. It's like, so that gave me the mindset to be on something now, never stuff. So I just value life. Like I feel like I'm so blessed, and that's why I tell people all the time, like, even when it comes down to like doctors, don't listen to what people say. Like if you listen to what people say, you're going to lose in life. Because my doctor definitely told me I wouldn't be here. And when I went to my last doctor's appointment, he was like, you know, you good. Like you made that 5-year mark. Like you like, yeah. Because I'm like, you told me I was going to die. Like, and if I would have believed that, a lot of people, because I would say that's what inspired me to really start doing makeup even more. Because when I was going through chemo, I stayed glam up because nobody knew I didn't tell a lot of people I even had cancer. Because I didn't want people like, oh, you okay? Are you gonna be like? I didn't want that. Like I wanted to be the victim of the story. And I started doing cancer patients makeup and stuff when I would go to chemo. That's beautiful. Because nobody believed that I had lost my hair or I had lost my brows. I'm like, yeah, I don't have no hair on there. It's a wig. Like, but like. And it all grew back. All my hair grew back, but it just was like so. It felt so good, just like doing people makeup or hair and giving them like a reason to want to live. Like I guess a lot of people, I gave them that little extra spark to want to like live, like because you can't listen to doctors. Because I just knew I wasn't about to die. I didn't care what he said. Like nothing my doctor said even mattered. I was like whatever. Like yeah,
that's a strong mindset though. That's very strong. So again, if you think what the strongest challenge of all that past, you think?
As far as finances or just life period?
And life, like anything. Could be anything.
I would say for me, going through my own situation at the time and having to still like be strong for like my family, my dad in particular. Because at the time, like I said, when I was going through what I was going through, they had told my dad that he only had 6 months to live, which he passed away in like a month. They gave him 6 months, but he passed away in a month. I would say just having a mindset of you gotta not only believe in yourself, you gotta go hard for yourself. You can't listen to that outside negativity, because if you listen to outside negativity, I don't know, it just does. I'm big on energy. Like I'm so big on energy. Like I don't allow certain people around me in my space, in my house, because of energy. Sometimes people go through stuff in their life and I feel like they bring that negative energy and that shit shifts into your life. True. So I would just tell people like sometimes you gotta like, not only again, you gotta bet on yourself. Sometimes you gotta cut people off. Like it is what it is. My biggest challenge and my hardest thing was cutting people off, because I feel like when I was going through what I was going through, nobody was there for me. Like my mom came and she would like sit with me. My brother would check on me because he lived out of town. But I would say immediate family, nobody was there for me. Like I went through what I went through by myself, still taking care of my father. I had one of my cousin Katina, that's my favorite cousin. I call her my other mom. Of course, she was there for me. But I have a big family, and like literally nobody came to chemo treatments. And in that moment is when you realize, when you going through your toughest time, is when you realize who really down for you. Because I had friends that. Some of my friends, they were there for me. Like I even had a friend, my friend Lakaya, that's my girl. I met her in beauty school. She even cut her hair off. She was like, I'll cut my hair off so we can look alike and stuff. Like, that's my goal. Like, it was just like having the right people around me. Like, so I would just tell people, you gotta really start paying attention to your circle, because your circle is like, it matters. Like, your circle is gonna be the one key thing to either make or break your life. And sometimes you gotta cut people off. It don't matter if they're blood. It don't matter if you've been friends with them for over 20 years. It is what it is.
It is really hard. Like, to be honest, I think this is the hardest challenge in my life too, because I always think people, when we talk about what we want from life or what we're working for or why we are so strict, like we wake up at this time, we do this time. I don't have time on this day. They think we just too much because we have too much goals. And I think for a minute they start to make me feel like I'm greedy, just because maybe I want more. And I think it was so difficult for me to tell them, like, man, listen, I have to get there regardless, whatever you think. And that was really difficult. And I think there is so much people today, especially when I work with people in a life coaching session, I think they always want to bring everybody with them to the top, and they can't. They don't want to wake up, they don't want to do the meeting, they don't want to dress up, they don't want to show up, and they can't fucking make it. Man, that's it. Right.
Because I have so many friends. I feel like always be like, oh, I want to work in the film industry. I want to do this. Call and be like, oh, they need an extra person on set. Like, you want to come? Oh, I'm going to come. Don't show up. So I learned a long time ago that you can't like bring everybody with you, because sometimes people that you be trying to bring along with you, they be the same people behind your back, stabbing you in the back and preying on your downfall. So that's why I'm like, my circle's so small.
I think every successful person is in the same situation. Like, one time, even right now when I'm here, sometimes we talk about money, right? So I'm like, man, like, you talking too much to make $10,000. Let's make $100K. You know, he's stuck. He's like, he can't think about it, because I feel like it's too big maybe for them, so they think it's not possible to make it. So I also feel like, so if I want to do what I have to do it either by myself or with the people who's already doing it, because this person is not going there. He doesn't want to work for it.
Yeah, you gotta think big. You gotta stop thinking small and thinking that you have to limit yourself, because I remember people always saying you have not because you ask not. And that makes so much sense.
Right.
Like, because like why play safe? Why ask for something small? You can ask for something big. I would just like definitely like even coming off the show Opportunity Knocks, I feel like a lot of people they played it safe. But I feel like I was one of the only ones that was like, I want this, and I'm gonna go hard for it.
Right.
Like, I feel like anything is possible in this world. Like, whatever you want, like, it's possible if you're willing to go hard and work hard for it and get it. Like, you just have to do what
it takes.
Yeah,
because as you say, people, they want things, but they don't want to do what it takes. You know, like, I know people, like, they always want better life, but they always want to do the same thing. If you do tomorrow what you have done today, you will get tomorrow what you got today. So if you want to do better, you really have to be better. So now we have this story, you overcome it. I was asking you a few minutes ago. Now, like, congratulations, you are a homeowner, big time.
And a salon owner, salon owner.
No, and you better believe it. So you make a huge transformation. I'm happy for you. My wife is happy for you. Listen, she always cared about you. She always like so proud of you. And I mean, to be honest, again, I feel like you are a real inspiration, because I don't see that amount of like a greatness coming out of this place, right? So, and I asked a question like, what do you think that you told me the key of that is giving and helping my family, because I think you really get a life the amount of blessing that you bless or you serve people with. So if you want to, how you connected, like, why you think for you being a good daughter to your mom or being a good helper for your dad and being a good family member, do you think that's something that you really getting blessed because of that?
Yeah, I would definitely say me giving, like, just always being there for other people. God has like blessed me. Like, I feel like what they say,
whatever goes around comes around.
Reach one,
each one help one.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been like that. No matter how much I had, I've always wanted to give people. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm a big giver, and I feel like I've got gut punched so many times in life. I feel like now life is finally giving me something back. Like I've also heard like people say like, if you ask God for something, He's gonna give it to you. You're His child, He's gonna give it to you, but He's never gonna tell you when you're gonna get it, because if you knew when you're gonna get it, you wouldn't care. You would really you really would act crazy in life. And I really believe, like I feel like I've always knew that I would be successful. Like I've always dreamed of having the life that I'm like starting to live now. It was just that I had to do the small things to get there. Like, and that's why I tell people all the time, I wouldn't change me going through cancer, because I needed that to slow me down, to like really take time out to really figure out what I really wanted in life. Because before, like I was just moving fast. I knew I wanted to be in the industry, but I think my reason in the beginning wanting to be in the industry and being successful was just more so, I want the money.
You have
but now it's personal now. Like I don't want to be in it. Like when I really sat down and thought about it, I don't want to be in the industry just because of the money. I really want to be in the industry because I want to inspire people, because there's girls out there that look just like me who want to get in the industry. They don't know where to start. They feel like, I can't be in the industry because I look a certain way. And like, I'm going to say somebody broke down Eric Barrier. Like, baby, it's like if you want something, you got to create your own opportunities.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just have to also just be yourself. People fall in love. I think that's why I'm becoming so successful, because I be myself. Like, I don't try to be something I'm not. Like, I be real with people. Like,
yeah. And I think, as you say, like most of people has like the perspective personality, because they show up in a way, and when it comes to life, they can't be that person too long, so they can't feel secure with it. So it's a great journey and it's a great story, and I think there is money happen, right? You make money, you lost money.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of money. Oh, yeah.
So what money means to you today?
I would say money to me, how could I explain this? I love money. I'm going to work hard for the money because I love the money. But financial freedom, so when I tell people I want to make money and I want to be successful, it's not really that I need to be rich and have millions of dollars. I just love that I'm in a position where I can pay my bills and not worry about like, oh my God, like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I would say just being able to give back. So that's, to me, is money, is being financially successful and financially free. Because now, like, I can afford to like really give back and help other people like who may be in the same situation that I used to be in. Right. So yeah, I would definitely say money is like really being able to share. Because you got to share it. You can't take it with you.
Yeah, it's energy to help. Yeah. So money, it's a way for you to help more, or to be more valuable in your community, maybe in your life, which is very great. So what do you think today? What holding people back, do you think, in your perspective?
I would say what's holding a lot of people back is they're scared. They're scared to step outside of their comfort zone. It's like, I think so many people are afraid to fail. And sometimes you have to fail big in order to become successful. Because I know I failed a lot of times. And like, I'm not giving up, because like, I know what my potential is. I know what I can really do, because I know how creative I am. And I know for sure whatever I want, I'm going to get it. Because like, I'm an Aries. It's just like something about us. Like, we don't give up. Like, so I tell people all the time, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to, because if you don't, you're going to wake up one day and regret and wonder what if. And that's how I was when I was in that bed, when he was telling me I was literally going to die. I was in so much regret, saying like, why? And I never wanted to be like that no more. Right. So I was like, you have to go off for yourself. Just take a chance. What do you have to lose? Like,
wow. So when the doctor told you that, like how long ago?
5 years ago. So I'm like 5 years out. Like I made I can't wait to go to the hospital. I have to go ring my bell, because when I did my last chemo treatment, I didn't want to ring the bell, because I was like, I need to make sure I get to that 5-year mark, because I don't want to celebrate. But I'm officially cancer free and I'm good. Like I'm in the clear.
So where do you see yourself in the next 2 years now?
Definitely having a fleet of Erika Michelle Mobile Bus salons all over the world.
Let's go.
Just being on more TV shows, and also I'm in the process of get my own show. So I guess just bringing more people in and creating opportunities for other people to win like I win.
Right.
Definitely.
That's powerful. So before the last question, I believe we manifest our reality, right? Yeah. So what we think about, we become what we think about most of the time.
Yeah.
So I believe a lot of people, they're not aware today that everything around you is actually what you are thinking about right this moment most of the time. And in my perspective, in order to change everything in life, is about to change your thought first.
Yeah.
So you become what you think about most of the time. So you need to think about what you want most of the time. So how Erika did manifest all that? Do you write it down? Do you think about it? Do you imagine it? Do you meditate? What do you do?
So I definitely write. I have so many notebooks. I buy notebooks all the time because I write a lot. Right. I feel like you have to write down what you want. You have to manifest what you want. Like, I'm big on manifestation. My friends say, dang, they always say, girl, you just was saying that. You wrote that down. You said you was going to make it happen. I feel like it's important to write it down, think about it, speak it into the universe. You have to speak what you want into existence. And that's what I did. Like, I was like, I even remember like a year ago, I was like, next year I plan on going to the awards and I want an award. I need to be inside awards. And this year we want an award at the American Reality Teacher Awards. So I definitely think you have to manifest what you want. You have to put out in the universe what you really want. So I tell people all the time, words are very powerful. You have to be careful what you say because you may say the wrong thing and it happens to you, you will be mad. True. So yeah, it's your mindset. You have to think positive. You want positive things to happen.
That's fine. So now the women out there, they're watching us. I know they get a lot of, So there is a lot of people watching and they want to hear a motivational, like your message to this world today, so they can make them maybe the same or more success than what you have, because it's about to give back to people, right? Yeah. So what's your message today to the world?
I would say my message to not just women, just everybody in particular, whoever is watching or listening, I would say definitely believe in yourself, go hard for yourself. Like, if you're going to bet on anything in life, bet on yourself, like, because what do you have to lose? Like, you can always fail and start all over again, but if you don't fail, you would never know what you need to do to get to that next level. So I would definitely say just keep going after whatever it is that you want in life, and don't listen to people telling you what you can't be, because you really can be whatever you want to be. You just have to change your mindset. It's very important to have that mindset of what you want to do in life, no matter what it is. Like, I feel like the moment I changed my mindset is the moment I became successful. So the mindset, it's really about that mindset.
I believe so. Yeah. 5 years ago, doctor told her you can't make it. She's a business owner. She's a homeowner. She's on every TV right now. Now we all inspired by her. And I think you really can as well. You just have to believe in you, believe in yourself, and give yourself one opportunity and see what you can do, how far you can go, because everything around you waiting for you to make that step, because nobody will believe in you if you don't. And nobody will give you the opportunity if you don't give yourself the opportunity. She said you have to create your opportunity, and I believe as well. So let's try. If you don't try, you will never know. Think about what you really want, because you become what you think about most of the time. And manifesting everything you want, because it's possible. I believe God is within. So whatever you think, you're making enough huge, big order that's for this universe to work to create the vision that you have. So have a great vision, have a positive one, and believe, because if she did it, you can. And if we make it every day, of course you can. And remember, that's God first. And I will see you at the top. So Erika, before we go, where they can find you?
So you can find me on Instagram. I play on Instagram more than anything, but I have all my pages connected. But you can find me on Instagram, Erika, that is Erika, not with the C, Erika_M_Coleman 85, and all my pages are connected. So if you go, you can even find me on Facebook, Erika Michelle Coleman. But again, all my pages are connected. But definitely be on the lookout for me on Beats Games, y'all. Y'all ain't here for me.
We're gonna put all the links for you guys in the description. Please follow her, support her, and remember that whatever goes around, what comes around. I'll see you in the next one.